There we go. What is up, everyone? I know what I'm doing. I've only done this 100 times before. Here's Lovenji Gaming, and we are back with another round of Populous The Beginning's Invisible Cup. This map today is going to be Bifrost. It's round 2, game number 1, between playing as the Yellow Tribe, Yellow Position, Populous The Beginning's Teleport. His opponent over in the other base for this map of Bifrost, it is Populous The Beginning's Earthquake. So you can see from the spell panel the spells that the players have access to. You've got Blast, Convert, Ghost Arming, Swarm, Land Bridge, Lightning, Tornado, Flatten, Earthquake, Erode, Firestorm, and Volcano. So your standard multiplayer loadout for both of these players. And we learned last game that this is Firestorm. And every time you pray to it, it also casts a Firestorm on itself. This one is Earthquake. And once again, when you pray to it, it casts an Earthquake on itself. So the Stoneheads are only really good for getting one free charge of a spell. You can't just turtle them up and control them indefinitely. Although the Firestorm one, if you got some towers up, probably could. But you'll lose the population more than likely. You can see 4 huts coming out for Earthquake. An impressive 7 out of our teleport player. As both players are just finishing up the converts in their base. They're picking up the Wildmen to give themselves additional population. As we can see, if we check, it's 31 to 27 in the population counts so far. 5 huts to 7. And typically, there's not going to be anything surprising. The first couple of spells are going to be Land Bridge, and we actually have the first Land Bridge coming out for our yellow player towards the middle. Earthquake still has not charged a Land Bridge quite yet. A bit slow out of the gate, perhaps, is our Earthquake. In fact, Earthquake's still converting. Running around the base, picking up a couple more convert. Does have a population lead, only by 6, but there is, you know, a lead is a lead is a lead is a lead. These mountains are so high. I wonder if you land bridge to these mountains and just sit in there with a tower. We see a temple. Can you see a temple? Can you see a temple on this game? Is the temple enabled on this map? Someone in my chat has said maybe we'll see a temple. So the first land bridge from our red player is actually going to be to expand himself. He's going to give himself additional huts and also make sure that his shaman has a nice clean path back to the front that doesn't take her all the way around. Oh, I am in fact informed, because I can't see the I can see the spells, but I can't see the structures, that temple is in fact enabled for this map. So we might see a temple. We might hear some of those sacred preacher words. But both players building the base. Our red player is definitely just focused on expanding his own base, whilst our yellow player has gone forward to try to secure the Firestorm. It's a very quick prey, so it's safe to assume that our yellow will indefinitely, or will absolutely get this Firestorm, but we'll lose this 6 pop when the Firestorm goes off. Another land bridge from red. Just continuing to fill out the puddles in the center of the base, giving themselves additional room for both huts and additional paths for followers to walk along. We see another land bridge from yellow, and in fact yellow is actually moving in on the Earthquake Stonehead as well. So yellow's looking to get a double cap on both of these Stoneheads, secure a whole bunch of free spells. There's the Firestorm going off. Yellow does control these Braves, manages to manually send them back. 5 of the 6 Braves have died so far. Does this one die as well? Well, he's a lucky devil. He survives. Warriors are coming out from our yellow player, whose base has pretty much been built out at this point. Starting to run out of land. Going to have to start building towards the red player. But does connect himself to the Earthquake Stonehead as well. So could get double Firestorm and double Earthquake in the chamber before an attack, as well as troops. Our red player could indeed be hard off as a result of the inactivity. There is a warrior training hut coming up for red. Probably seen the warrior hut for our yellow player and opted to do nothing. Red sat on 4 land bridges. So I think... Okay, so if red's a smart player, what red is going to do is just immediately backdoor. This is easily 4 land bridges. We saw it in a previous game. Red's going to let yellow have both of these spells and just win the game with backdoors and warriors. Red just continues to fill in the land and actually dismantles the warrior training hut. Probably on purpose, but maybe not. So still no troop training huts at all for our red player. Fire warrior training hut has been placed here. And this tells you a lot about a player's intentions, because actually putting it here means that our red player does not expect this to be the front line and is absolutely going to be connecting here via the back door with a 4 land bridge cast. Now, red has charged an Earthquake of his own. Our yellow player is going to secure the free Earthquake and a second free Firestorm. Red's just gone ahead and charged one. Here comes the second Firestorm. Those Braves are going to get bullied. Another land bridge from yellow, going to continue to fill out the base. There's not terribly much action to cast on right now, as both players are just focusing on expanding themselves to be as big as possible. Who do I think this benefits? I actually think that this benefits red more than it benefits yellow. Red started the expansions earlier and has practically built on all of the expanded land. Yellow's getting free spells but not actually using them. You know, yellow's window to attack is really now while you've got 2 Firestorms, and red doesn't really have anything. So you get straight into the base and attack before red gets an opportunity to answer back. But it doesn't look like yellow's doing that. Yellow's opting instead to match strategy for strategy, expansion for expansion, and that just immediately means that yellow's free spells are not getting utilized to their fullest efficacy. 3 land bridges for yellow, 2 for red. Yellow could also be looking for the back door, which is going to create an awkward situation, really. Both players' 2 super secret strategies been found out. Earthquake cuts nicely for the yellow player. Is going to get another free Earthquake as a result, as our red player actually just flattens down a hill. I fully expect that these fire warriors are going to be hiding themselves within huts as part of an anti-warrior and anti-shaman defense, and yes, you can see they have been separated. Single fire warrior in here, single fire warrior in here. I didn't see where the others went, but they're around here somewhere. So a lot of fire warriors are being trained now. Any good player at Populous is going to tell you that fire warriors in huts are a great answer to warriors. And so that's what our red player is doing right now. Placing fire warriors in random huts is inviting yellow to come in with any warriors and any potential base trade, and they will take a lot of damage and be a whole lot less effective as a result. take a look at the populations. Oh my god. I wish I hadn't looked. Wish I hadn't looked at the population. So the populations are... I knew that yellow would be behind, but I didn't realize this behind. 56 to 101. 102. So red has almost double the population of the yellow. But what I do have to call out for our teleport player is teleport has won a best of 3 series already, of which in both games teleport did fall behind. Teleport had 40 less population than his opponent on New Brimnir Palace and still managed to claim a victory on that map. Has to be called out. So yellow has the free spells, but red's just managed to charge those spells. And this is what we were talking about by yellow waiting too long. Because red has managed to charge the spells that yellow has gotten for free. So yellow's not actually ahead by making all of these plays for Stoneheads. And there you go. It looks like our red player is going to be the first to make an aggressive move. Oh, we've got... Here is the backdoor in response. So red is pushing forward to contest the Stonehead. Meanwhile, our yellow player is going to be looking for a backdoor with a full set of spells in the chamber. Ghost Army going down as well as a Swarm. The Ghost revealing the existence of Fire Warriors in huts. First Firestorm does come down from our yellow Shaman. And yellow just walks away. We have a little look at what the red Shaman is doing. Red is just going in through the front. Ghosts and a couple of blasts actually clear up the initial Stonehead. I don't know what our yellow player is scared of. Throws out a lightning. What? I guess this hut's already burning. Yeah. It's one of those weird textures where the hut's on fire, but it isn't on fire. Very annoying. A couple of lightnings all wasted there. One earthquake coming down for our yellow player. Second Firestorm for our yellow player now. That's a good distribution of spells across the base, but as you can see, not much of the population has actually been damaged. 124 down to 96, and now we're in a position where red has launched an attack of his own. Double Firestorm has been used by red, as well as the double Earthquake. Yellow's got no Fire Warrior Training Hut, but he does have a Warrior Training Hut, but look at the population difference. It's 34 population to 75. It's going to be GG very shortly, as yellow sends a large number of Braves to the Warrior Training Hut to try and train some Warriors for killing power. Yellow Warriors are spreading out amongst the red base. These are the things that are going to deal the damage. If yellow wants to win this game, it's these Warriors that actually have to kill all the population and take them down. Our red Shaman is losing population. The 9 warriors that yellow has compared to the 0 warriors of red means that this game is still slightly close, but unfortunately the warriors are not being controlled very well. They should be separated out amongst all the remaining huts to find population and kill them. And Stream Chat is more or less agreeing with me. Yellow is not spreading the warriors, and that could be what cost him the game. And I absolutely agree. As you can see, with this large group of warriors still alive, red's population is in danger as he runs around blasting like the odd brave. Yellow down to only 4 braves. It still has the 8 warriors. Oh, nice spawn in round for red. You've just seen a bunch of braves spawn in. I strongly suspect this is red's game, because now red will just turn around and deal with the warriors. No. Yeah, red is going to go back to the yellow base. As these warriors are doing a little bit of damage to huts. Needs to finish off taking the roof off of this hut. So important trooping when you're trying to remove your opponent from the game is to just take the roof off. Don't wait for your warriors to completely destroy the building. Now, Our yellow player is spotting red braves, trying to hunt them down and actually kill them. But I can't imagine our yellow player's got all that much mana to do anything with. And that really tells you just how much mana yellow does not have. Having to fist fight the braves. So the population's 21 to 10. But still 6 warriors available for our yellow player. And lightning from the yellow player actually managing to kill the shaman, which alleviates some of the pressure on the base. Shaman is in a fist fight. If red had any mana, that would have helped yellow out because it will give yellow a blast. And there you saw the blast there. This game is mental. Red down to 16 population. I may have called it for the wrong side, as yellow's warriors are starting to deal a lot of damage. Population's now 13 to 10. 5 braves to 12, but 5 warriors. We have to see now. Oh, red has plenty of blasts. He's going to be blasting the warriors. And that should be the end of their push. Now remember, you can direct blast a warrior and then beat him in melee combat. They have just about enough HP to survive a direct blast. But the problem for yellow is that red is rebuilding his huts. Lots of ghosts being used, forcing the yellow shaman to waste a blast. That is a valuable resource. As the populations are now 12 to 13. It's neck and neck. I did not think that this would be as close as it ended up being, as yellow's only remaining warriors are all in one hut. Something bad trooping. So there's a couple of red braves over here being annoying. There's yellow warriors in the base, but they need to be out in red's base. Red can't have the blast to stop them all if you spread them out. You're still making warriors. Red isn't. Yellow could win this game. It'd be hard, but yellow could win this game. Oh, this is interesting. A low mana shaman duel. Every blast is 3 times more important than normal. Oh, almost gets the rebound shot. That'd have been the shot of the century. So the shaman leaving the red base is once again opening an avenue for the yellow shaman to start trooping it. And that looks like that's what yellow shaman is going to do. Start trying to troop out the red base, because you can see all these large huts have now been repaired. Good use of the blast trick there. Secures the kill on the red shaman. The follow-up blast going to kill one of the braves, but you need to give the attack order on this other brave to get him out of that hut and see him killed. Yellow's a warrior inside one of the large huts, but is he just going to let this brave destroy his warrior training hut? I feel like this is a game-losing play. This is bad. The warriors were the only thing that was keeping our yellow player in the game. So the fact that yellow has now lost access to the warrior training hut is not great. Gotta be honest, that's not what we would call effective strategic decisions. Red's feeling very aggressive, and red is all the way up to 20 population. Oh, cheetah landing on a hill, so he took next to no fall damage. Unfortunately, yellow has prioritized repairing these small huts instead of any of these large huts, or defending his warrior hut or his fire warrior hut. There is still a warrior running around in red's base, and it looks like the yellow shaman's actually coming to protect this one warrior. There's a couple of fire warriors move in, but they get blasted by the shaman before they can do too much damage. Oh, missed that blast. Silly boy. It just blows my mind. Yellow, if yellow was just a bit faster or a bit able to pay attention to a bit more of the map, he'd have stopped this. He'd be stopping this. It's just not... not perfect. Not perfect gameplay. Our red shaman. You may have noticed the flash of the spells. Our yellow shaman got caught by fire warriors in a training hut. Does go down. Our red shaman's moving through the base looking for additional braves to blast. Yellow is down to 3 pop, red at 19. It was an interesting little decision-making process for both of our players at low population. But in fact, I was not wrong when I called GG. And our red player is going to take this game as fire warriors pour into yellow's base. Shaman's both so low mana that you're actually having to see them fist fighting. Very entertaining. Fire warriors in the base of the yellow player, applying pressure on a respawn. Oh, the fist fight. GG. Yellow surrenders. Doesn't even want to take the fist fight. What a coward. That's game number 1 to an end. Earthquake up.
Told you I pushed the wrong buttons.
But anyway. Here we are. Should be able to see the game now. No more incorrect button presses. What is the Invisible Cup? The Invisible Cup is a tournament where we hide the identity of its participants so that you don't go into matches with any preconceived notions of how they play. And similar, very much so, in fact, to Team 90's Hidden Cup, which is an Age of Empires tournament that runs annually. This is our first year trying something seriously like that. Within the Populous Community, there is a $1,000 prize pool with the top 8 places all receiving a payout. So this is a big community project that's seeing, I like to think so far into the tournament, it is seeing a lot of success. So, down 1 game. An interesting game of Bifrost, in fact. Playing as the yellow tribe in the yellow position. It is Populous the Beginning's teleport. Playing as the red tribe in the green position. Yeah, I know 4 balls positions, sadly. It is Pop TB Earthquake. So Earthquake is up 1 game. This map was not his pick. So we'll see if Teleport comes out with some super strategy. The spells you can see on the left hand side of the panel, they are the standard multiplayer default. So it looks like 36 population and 7 huts, 28 population and 5. Earthquake is wasting absolutely no time in getting ahead, but Earthquake has been a little bit slower about building towers. There are Braves still out here working on rectifying that. Well, Red is wasting no time getting the side door defense. Some people like to wait, but no, not our Red. Red's straight in on there, getting that side defense. Just continuing a discussion on from earlier, actually, I will completely agree with what you say there, Craig. We're talking about the efficiency of dismantle, and while we wait for players to actually get to a point in a game, there's some argument as to whether dismantle speeds up the game or not. Now, we've just seen Bifrost, in which dismantle significantly slowed down the game because Red didn't bother contesting Stoneheads and just dismantled to victory. And now we're seeing a game where dismantling is slowing down the game. And that was the beginning's point, was that in certain situations where there's map objectives like Stoneheads, dismantle slows down the game. In maps like this, dismantle certainly speeds up the game. You have low starting population. So, Red's just going to keep building by the looks of it. I did not expect the first spell of this game to be land bridges for expansions, but you do you, Red. You do what you want. You enjoy yourself. Warrior Training Hut coming out from Yellow. The second one here as well, so double Warrior Training Hut for Yellow nice and early on. Very interesting to see that Red is already looking to expand. There is only a Fire Warrior Training Hut out for Red. No upgrading going on as of yet, but you can see lots of Braves moving up all around the place. Red's keeping his population busy. Fire Warriors going to be taken out of the towers by the Ghost Army. The Blasts are going to follow up and secure the kills. Bit of a wasteful tornado on an empty hut, but I guess it does slow down the Red players' growth. Red's rocking 2 land bridges. Yellow had 3 tornadoes, of which he has now used. So what our Yellow player is trying to do is contain Red. Trying to control who expands where. Just trying to keep him in this side of the map. Now, that's interesting because Red has decided to make this side of the map bigger. Stream chat trolling me right now. Oh, direct blasts from Yellow. Going to actually just push Red right into the middle of the base. That's very, very clever. What does Red have? Red has an Earthquake. There it is. Lucky. Down goes the Earthquake. Boom. Yellow will be happy with that. The damage is not anywhere near as bad as it could have been. The blast to follow up does kill the Red Shaman. Stream chat trolling me. They keep asking me what colour the players are, despite the introductions and the fact that the player colours haven't changed in any of the games except one of them. Still asking every 5 seconds what the player colours are. The Ghost Army is going down. Going to be pulling out Fire Warriors from these towers a second time. These Fire Warrior towers are cursed. Any Fire Warrior that gets sent into those is doomed to die. There's another tornado comes out from my Yellow player. Looks like Yellow is charging exclusively tornadoes. Does not want to use Earthquakes. Now, Tornado is, of course, cheaper than Earthquake, but as you can see from all these wood piles floating around, it does actually redistribute the wood around the terrain. Some of that gets lost in water, some of that gets lost in random blast battles, but effectively the wood from tornadoes gets thrown all over the place and returned. Lots of warriors starting to come in from Yellow now. Red very quick about clearing the map, actually gets them all almost with well-placed blasts as they were trying to run in towards the defense. In fact, Yellow has spotted that Red is starting to build out the secondary base, and that is Yellow's play, is to try to stop that with warriors. Now, Red is making a play, and in fact, Red is catching a very quick side door. The side defense not quite established for our Yellow player. The Ghost Army's going down. One trying to push the Shaman into the water, one trying to push the Shaman away from the other Shaman. Ghost Army is such a good spell, guys. There's another wave of ghosts, but they're not on the hill, which means they're not going to be able to reach the Shaman. But a well-placed blast gets the Red Shaman to roll down the hill. And Yellow's now got the high ground. It's over, Earthquake. I have the high ground. Screams teleport. Earthquake clearly hasn't watched Star Wars. Otherwise, Earthquake would have known that the high ground spells death. Nice little well-played blast duel there from teleport. Securing the kill on Earthquake there. It looks like the game is going to be quiet for a few seconds as more warriors start to trickle on over. You can't troop these towers because they're too covered by these. You've got to spread your warriors out a little bit better, otherwise they're just going to get killed by fire warriors. But pick your targets smartly when you're trooping with warriors. Focus almost exclusively on this side of the map. It's much less well defended. I don't know where Yellow Shaman is. Yellow Shaman's over here. Now, the spells, double Earthquake for red, 2, 3 tornadoes for yellow. Red's just going to Earthquake in the middle. He's had enough of this nonsense. There he goes. 1 Earthquake from our red Shaman in the center there. Doing a little bit of damage. Honestly, if I was yellow and this was the strategy, I'd fortify this way more than it currently is. You can get some towers here. You can get some towers. You can certainly get some towers here. You can get towers here. I can tell you that right now. And a nice long line of towers here. Just don't stop building towers. That's what I want to say. Just don't stop building towers. You got some spare wood. Spend it on towers. So our yellow players managed to charge the double land bridge and is going to open up the side base for trooping. This is a smart play by Teleport because now warriors can just progressively trickle in here. We just have to be careful of this fire warrior. He will get quite a few shots off on grouped up warriors as they go past this little bit of water. But the red shaman is looking to make a counter attack. Once again, our red shaman trying to push into the yellow base. A land bridge from yellow. 2 lightnings traded. Both shamans going down. Red actually helps yellow out there because now red can build towers here too. Towers and towers. Oh yeah, so it looks like the warrior's path is actually not to go up this hill at all, but to go along here. I guess I can see that because this tile is technically water. These 2 tiles here, these would be water. So warriors not quite able to get onto the ideal trooping slope. You want your warriors coming up this direction. So our yellow player is probably going to need a land bridge to fix that if they want to continue trooping down that side path. I think yellow's watching the stream. He's heard me. He's starting to build towers. Thank the Lord. His tournament life is on the line and he finally caves and decides to build towers. Population is 170 to 99. Red Shaman does go down there. Well-placed lightning secures a kill. Red's just caught an armada of lights. One earthquake, 1 tornado. We'll take a little look at Red's base, and you can see it's slowly starting to upgrade. Very slow upgrading, actually, but that's probably due to the fact that he's built 44 bloody huts. But there are some large huts mixed in and some medium huts. Very, very unusual. But Red is starting to build out that secondary base as well. Now you can see a wealth of yellow warriors now starting to push in, spreading themselves around the base. As the yellow shaman uses a few swarms, trying to separate the fire warriors, get them out of the defensible positions. Red's got 3 tornadoes, so Red can certainly take a shaman duel as yellow misses. There's what was this land bridge? TY Inca. Yellow cast it while down here. Nice long high. Land bridge is not broken, guys. Land bridge is not broken. Perfectly fine. Fire Warrior's going to take a shot at our Red Shaman. Red's actually bringing some troops to support the offensive. The Yellow Warriors are still running around and being a general nuisance, but it looks like they've been clicked onto the Fire Warriors, so they're going to give chase and attack. This is a very easy attack to make for Red because the court is over here and not here. Earthquake coming down for our Red player. Red only had the 1 earthquake and a tornado in the bout. 1 lightning available. And it looks like Yellow's going to use a large amount of warriors to try and launch a counterattack. But really, the Shaman should be offering a little bit better support than this, because that's a lot of warriors dying. Those ghost warriors would have been very useful going in first, going in before the fake warriors, or before the real warriors, to soak up all those shots. Fire Warrior has been shift-clicked on the Shaman. The Fire Warriors are in fact shooting. Yellow Shaman's in, but what's she going to do? She's She's going to get bullied by some fire warriors, and they actually secure the kill. So the counter-attack, not too effective. Red Shaman is now casting yet another Earthquake. Red Shaman's just running around, earthquaking everything, while Yellow tries to get damage in with the warriors. It does look like the warriors made it into the base, but they were all eventually cleaned up. Barely any damage to Red's defense means this can all just be filled once again very easily. Red's just got fire warriors everywhere. I think this is the 4th game in a row that Earthquake has now played without warriors. And there goes the Red Shaman into the water. But not before she got one last Earthquake off. Now she got the Fire Warrior training hut there. I need to breathe more because I have now got the hiccups. The population's 86 to 130 after that exchange. 49 huts to 35. Yellow has a battery of spells saved up, but none of them are what we would call damaging comeback spells. Lightning's great for killing individual towers, and Shaman's tornadoes, again, individual structures, and swarms for scaring fire warriors. These are all little spells that you would use to help you attack with a bigger spell. But Yellow just doesn't have access to yet. The first lightning comes out for Yellow and it doesn't find the target. The second lightning also fails to find the target. The blast onto Red was direct, but it looks like Red's going to be able to get out without even stars. And an Earthquake on the middle ground is going to just continue to disrupt the Yellow front line. This Brave's a hero. He's going to raise the ground back to its original height because the plan was placed at a different elevation. Fire Warrior has been clicked onto the Red Shaman. But it was just the one Fire Warrior, and a single Fire Warrior can be cleaned up pretty easily. So Red is using Braves to troop, continuing his call out of I'm not going to use Warriors anywhere in the tournament. Double Earthquake. More huts. More towers, more fire warriors, and even Braves being sent forward to troop out the forward defenses for our Yellow player. Now, at this point in the game, it's probably GG for Red, but we like to try to think about what the player can do. Realistically, Yellow needs to camp now. Yellow needs to get all these troops out of his base, get a large number of fire warriors, build up towers, sit around with lightnings and just keep killing the Shaman with lightnings and make this game super boring for the next 20 minutes. If Yellow makes this game boring for the next 20 minutes, he will then come back to the point where population gaps will not be as big of an issue. He'll still have the problem because Red will have 2 bases worth of fully upgraded huts, but he will at least be able to repair some of the damage and perhaps expand himself in the Red deaths as well, to continue his own growth. But Yellow's a friend. Yellow's a good guy. He's not going to camp. He's going to get out there. He's going to attack, even if it costs his tournament life. He's out on the map, trying to make something happen. And you got to respect the hustle. This won't win you a Populous game, but it will certainly end a Populous game before everyone gets bored. Idle Warriors here, they need to be given something to do as Fire Warriors and Braves continue to push into the Yellow base. Got an Earthquake from the Red Shaman here, actually going off onto even more large huts, actually burns down 2 more huts as well. The Lightning's from Yellow, eventually finding the kill, but you see that's what you've got to do, but you've just got to do it before she casts the Earthquake next time. And of course, playing the devil's advocate to the devil's advocate, if Yellow were to start camping, what does Red do? Well, Red outgrows Yellow significantly. Red will have so much mana across 2 bases that you can open long side doors. A long side door could go from here all the way to here, and vice versa for the other base, and just continue to expand across the map. take a little look at Yellow's damage base. You can see they're all large huts, but there's just not very many of them. This base almost entirely taken out by our red player and his Fire Warrior Armada. Population's still about the same, 140 for our red player. Keeping the population continuous with this much trooping is a good sign. But we can see Yellow Warriors are getting in. They are being a nuisance. Red's building his third Fire Warrior hut. It's proving that Fire Warriors are a great unit. I'd be more impressed if a player could do this with Warriors only. Once again, Red is allowed into the base before being killed by the lightnings. He gets off both earthquakes as a result. So there you go. Once again, Yellow, my advice is to kill the Shaman before she casts the earthquakes. But hey. Red's slowly starting to chip away Yellow's population. It is more or less GG for Yellow now, but you've got to respect the hustle. Yellow's out on the map, Yellow's still in the base, trying to do damage instead of just camping in a tower, as Keith 52 would do. But Yellow Fire Warriors are out and about defending, trying to kill the straggling pop that is being used to aggressively troop into the Yellow base. Another Shaman duel going on here as the Shamans blast each other effectively. Now, I have learned today that the Shaman goes slightly up when doing the blast streak if she has high ping. So there you go, everyone. Is Yellow a high ping player? I think so. Yellow is finally building towers. Yeah, Babbo, but I don't read messages from you that often. Yellow is finally building towers. But it's too little too late. All of these towers would have been great, you know, before you took all the earthquakes damage. It just goes to show you, sometimes in Populous you have to balance things carefully. You have to balance knowing... Whoa, how did you miss that? There you go. Hey, cheater. Cheater alert. Oh. Red Shaman is just fake. So it looks like the Red Shaman, having survived the weirdest Shaman duel I have seen today, is going to get in. And guess what? She's going to cast an Earthquake again. We've talked about this, Yellow. Hit the lightning before the Earthquake. Your tribe will do much better in the future if you master that technique. Red Shaman is as fake as Spinifex, says Kosyak. You're not wrong, my friend. You are not wrong. Oh, look at this. Yellow's using ghosts, using warriors. The warriors did manage to destroy almost all of the second base, but that is just the second base of our red player. Red has a fully established main base here, which is going to be much harder to get into. You can see that the effect, there is an effect on the population. Red's managed to drop about 20 pop. And there's the lightning. Yeah, see, if Red can control this bit with lightnings and just stop Red leaving the base, then there you go. Easy game. Red's priority is to get Braves over here to repair these two Fire Warrior training huts. I like that. That was probably auto repairs, but still, I like that. Braves immediately repairing Fire Warrior training huts. Keep up that mass Fire Warrior production. Yellow is on 10 warriors. Yellow has been using a fair amount of warriors. Our red player opting not to use any at all still. This is technically Red's 5th game without using warriors because he played a game against a road that crashed. He didn't use warriors in that game either. So this is Red's 5th game without warriors in a row. Blast being thrown out by both players. Looks like both shamans are going to get out alive. Red doesn't quite find the light, but don't worry, neither does Yellow. I don't know what tile Yellow was aiming at. Oh, the blasts. They're so weird. I don't know how to cast a Shaman Duel like that, because it's just weird. But Red throws down another Earthquake. I'm not going to tell you who the players are. As you can see, Red's base is starting to look a little bit defective. You know, the towers are now starting to be down. Wait! Yellow's not paying attention to Shaman. Double triple volley. That's a quadra volley. Double quad volley from the Fire Warrior is going to secure the kill on the Shaman. And Red just goes immediately back over to this base and starts building it out. Now, there's a lot of population over here, so if Yellow could get a group of warriors into here, it would be particularly damaging. But I don't think Yellow has the warriors to spare. No, Yellow has one warrior. So here comes the counter-attack from our Red player. Once again, send in the Braves! Now you'll start to see why Braves are not quite as good units as Warriors are. Because they get slowed down and very, very battered about by Fire Warriors firing from towers. But still, our Red player is going to launch the attack on this base. The land had healed, so it was just starting to be built out again. Lightning onto one of the towers, going to deal a little bit of damage. Our Yellow player lighting another tower, just making sure that these Fire Warriors can deal the minimum amount of damage possible. Earthquake from Red Shaman onto the Fire Warrior Training Hut, and it gets it. Oh, Red saved by his own tornado, but not really, because then he died. It looks a little bit like Yellow made that shot, but I think it was really just the Fire Warriors firing into that. But either way, Red is dead. And now Yellow gets a shot at securing some more map presence. I still don't like how few towers Yellow has. The Yellow's been on constant pressure, and Yellow's still just got like 6 towers. I'm aware that there is more than 6. I'm not actually counting the towers. But the point I am making is that Yellow really doesn't like having a defense. Changed my mind. Yellow just doesn't really like having a Shaman. What was that? So busy controlling warriors that the Shaman just goes down. And it couldn't have been more worse timed as 24 warriors start to attack into the Red tribe. Actually, the Red Shaman is going to turn around for these. No, never mind. Red considers turning around for these and then changes his mind. I thought for a second Red was going to turn around to deal with the warriors, and then that could have been a good play by Yellow to get the pressure off of the base, although there was nothing good about just letting your Fire Warrior die there. But Yellow has bought enough time for Yellow to respawn. There's warrior training huts everywhere for the Yellow Shaman. Red Shaman is dizzy. She's seeing stars right now, but look at the amount of Fire Warriors. All those warriors that got in are doing next to nothing. There's just Fire Warriors everywhere. This is nutty. I know I'm not watching a Shaman Duel right now because it's Fire Warriors. There goes Red's Shaman. Look at this. Both Shamans go down. There's so many Fire Warriors. What is this nonsense? What is this? Just too many Fire Warriors. As every single tower in Red's main base has been filled. Probably every single hut in the side base, because you can see them shooting. There's got fire warriors in it as well. And just even more braves and even more fire warriors charging across the map. They're now starting to patrol on the yellow side of the map. It looks like they're probably all going to be sent over here to just stop yellow having this base. Shaman's trade lights, neither Shaman goes down. Honestly, the light aiming from both of these players has not been fantastic. The yellow Shaman under pressure to now try to clear up some of these aggressively placed fire warriors. Oh, these Braves are actually achieving victory here in yellow's side base. Another large army of warriors. Does anything counter fire warriors, guys? I don't think so. It's in great enough numbers. They're just absolutely hammering away at yellow's army right now. And yellow's warriors are all still grouped up. They're taking a whole lot of splash damage there. Oh, there's the first of many stars, I think. Oh no, so it does look like the warriors eventually get on top of the fire warriors, but yellow shaman is completely out of place. Red shaman's just going to walk into the main base now and win the game here. First earthquake coming out. There's got to be another one, surely. No, it looks like... I forgot I had this tab. Red has got 42 fire warriors. Almost half of his population is fire warriors right now. Oh, hands up warriors. Just the one earthquake. Red has managed to charge a second, so there you go. Shut up, Lovenji. No structures going down in that second earthquake, so that's a silver lining for our yellow player. Not taking any more damage than necessary. But 55 pop to 89. Lots of fire warriors being sent. Red's population is certainly dropping, but I think that's more an attribute of how much Red is trolling right now. Trying to troop his opponent out of the game with a combination of Braves and fire warriors. But now Red is in Yellow's base and being left unchecked. She can do whatever the heck she wants. Yellow's got a lightning and a tornado. Trying to control fire. Trying to control the warriors. Separate them in and amongst the towers. But no warriors actually doing any damage to population right now. A couple of huts being taken down. The red shaman patrolling in range of a tower. That's always a smart gameplay mechanic. Double lightning coming out from yellow. Emptying out a couple of towers as red sends forth even more braves to come and finish these huts. We don't have access to warriors. You got to use braves. And it's completely viable. It's sensible to do this. It's always sensible to send troops to help destroy opponents' huts. But it just looks so silly. When you have readily available access to the warriors, using braves is just... You don't normally see it outside the first 5 minutes of a pressure point game. So, our yellow player. Got a large number of warriors. Fire warriors from red actually emptying out of the towers, starting to trickle into yellow's base. This is yellow's big shot, yellow's big opportunity. 14 warriors and barely any fire warriors left in the base. Tornado to pick up the red shaman, but no follow-up blast means the red shaman is still alive. As yellow loses control of what remains of their base. Sends the warriors down possibly the worst available trooping path for them. Absolutely fantastic. That's how you want your group of warriors to move. Yeah, he does have 26 fire warriors, but look, they're all over here. There's barely any in this base. They're all over here. And over here. And over here. And over here. The warriors finally make it into the back of Red's base, but it's too little too late, although they are going to be able to do some population damage. The Red Shaman is alive, and she's just going to clean these up like they are nothing. There's 1 blast. There's 2 blasts. 3 blasts. 4. And 5. Quick cast of 5 blasts sees the end of Yellow's warrior push. We shall see GG out of Yellow anytime soon now, as Yellow drops to 12 population. Will be eliminated from the tournament. GG, says Yellow, surrendering out of the game, which means Earthquake is going to be our next player to advance to the paid position, and has earned at a minimum $50 and has done so without using any warriors.